Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about RuboCop. I would like to start off with this graph. Okay, anyway, let's get serious. Why do I like Ruby and Rails so much? One of the main reasons is that there's this totalitarianism baked in when it comes to coding standards, and this is great, especially when it comes to working within teams where you have to stick to standards, otherwise your code gets all over the place. So, no democracy when it comes to coding standards, especially when working in teams. So, what better way to actually implement this fascist system than an artificial intelligence that's ruthless and has no emotions and will just bother you and it doesn't care. So, I'm going to now show you a piece of code. This code is about 3 years old. I didn't write it. The author may or may not be in this room. So, any comments? Can we do a little exercise? So, can anyone point out what's wrong with this code? Like, there's a whole lot wrong with this code, but anyone? Looks fine to everyone?
Looks good to me.
Looks good to me. Seriously? One comment. You start.
Returning new.
Okay. Anything else?
Triple equals. Not
Excellent.
Props.
Excellent.
So you could do that as a guard clause.
Yes.
And return seriously.
Okay.
The line is too long.
Yes. Excellent.
It hurts my brain.
Yeah. So, what would RuboCop say? This is the result of if you run on just this single tiny piece of code, if you run RuboCop, you get this. So, we have a lot of rules that RuboCop will enforce, ranging from like just plain code style to common errors. One very useful one is it will tell you to delete any debug calls like binding pry and stuff like that. So yeah, a whole lot wrong with that piece of code. Okay, so now I will show you some examples of, oops, will this work? Okay. So here I have just two really short examples. So the first one, example one, I've shown you the result. That's that piece of code. If I run it on example two. Example two is a really small one. I know. It's just this tiny method. So there's again a few examples of what it will bother you about. So yeah, we now actually use this for the first time on an actual project. So where's the mouse? Okay. So on this one, if I run RuboCop, bam, excellent. Okay, so I can't show you much here because everything is awesome on this project. We've been using it from the start. But we've written shitty code before, so This is an older project. It failed. It's not in production anymore, so who cares? But I can show you an example of a project that didn't follow coding standards. So, okay, so a whole lot wrong with this one. So what the point is here is that actually implementing, like starting using RuboCop on an older project is a huge pain because no one followed the coding standards, and if you wanted to use it fully, you'd spend like a month fixing all the code. So if you plan on using RuboCop, do it from the start because yeah, it gets really difficult to actually, like you can turn off certain cops. Cops are basically different checkers for different stuff, but there's like, you'll just get to a point where you're not using anything, and that's not the point of RuboCop. The point of RuboCop is to just follow it religiously and stick to all the standards. We actually have these runs on each deploy to staging. Like we use Circle CI, and Circle actually runs RuboCop, so if you mess something up, it won't deploy the code and you will have to fix it. So what happens then? Oh, okay, I'll just explain this too. So these are the two that are actually, I think, the second one is the most annoying, the first one is one of the most valuable ones. The first one is basically it will fail if a method gets too complex, and that means that you probably have to extract something into another method, and it's happened a bunch of times, and we actually did some refactors, and the code that we produced was then much nicer. The line length one is the most annoying one. We actually stick to 80 characters per line. That's the default, I think. But yeah, it can actually make your code a bit more messy sometimes because you have to do some acrobatics with indents and stuff like that. But again, the point is to stick to it religiously because if you start making exceptions, there's just no point in using it. Okay, so as I said, on each deploy, RuboCop runs on Circle, and that means that you get a failed build if something was wrong, like a line was too long or something like that. What happened is that we had a bunch of commits. As you can see, these are the commit descriptions, where you actually push some code and then it fails because you didn't run RuboCop before actually committing stuff. So how to solve this? We haven't actually solved it yet, but we will. You can use overcommit to enable a pre-commit hook that will run RuboCop before you commit stuff. So that way you can avoid those horrible commits, and yeah, the process gets much smoother. RuboCop has a lot of supports a lot of browsers. You can find add-ons for all of these. Guard is a nice one. If you use Guard, you can actually enable RuboCop so that it just continuously runs. If you mess something up, you know immediately. Yeah, and again, it supports a whole bunch of text editors. Oh, okay. So yeah, I strongly, I won't get into the details on which cops you can enable and stuff. You can read that yourself in the documentation. There's a lot of them. But yeah, I would strongly recommend using it. It makes your code it really raises the quality of your code, and especially if you're working in a team, you need to stick to the standards, because if everyone is doing stuff their own way, then you end up with a mess. And especially if you're onboarding new people to certain projects, this gets really useful, so I would strongly recommend it. that you use it. Okay, this was written on the event description. So just any questions, so is there a meaning to life? Nope, stuff like that. Okay, yeah, anyone have a question?
Yeah, I'd just like to find out that you can apply it to existing projects. The way we did it is we have on every PR run RuboCop on only the files that were changed.
Mm-hmm.
So gradually we plan on cleaning up the majority of code base, and then we just run on the one that we haven't touched. And it should, in theory, be small amount of files. But yeah, you can do it, then you should do it. Because if you just leave it be, then it's just the message is going to get worse.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, okay, good suggestion.
You use anything for JavaScript, HTML?
Not at the moment, but yeah, that would be a really good idea, actually. I haven't tested anything out yet for that. We had some checkers to just check the validity of HTML, but we don't really use it. But yeah, we will implement stuff like that. Yeah, I mean.
You can actually use it inline in the editor, so you get errors where you like
Yeah, you can do the same with RuboCop. Yeah, cool.
Can you integrate JSHint and RuboCop?
Yeah, I think you can. I think it was written in the documentation. You can actually, yeah, make it work together.
Just write that. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Have you tried writing new checks, new cops, or?
No, I mean there's enough. I think for now. There's a whole bunch of it. Oh, and yeah, it actually has like there's a pack of them for specifically for Rails, which we also use, which is also really useful.
How many cops did you disable?
None, actually. No, that's a lie. I'd have to check, but not a lot. We do sometimes disable it for, I think we disable it for some importers or stuff, because it's not that important. And yeah, it gets really bothersome sticking to the 80 characters and making the ABC size fit. So we sometimes turn it off for specific files we don't care about, but other than that, I think we left the majority on.
Do you also use it on tests, or for the test document?
I'm sorry?
Do you also use it on tests, or does the...
Yeah, it's also on test, yeah.
So, this looks to me like a normal linter, right? Or is it something else? Why is it called like fascist AI?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if it's a normal, like it does more than just code style and stuff, right? It analyzes the code and...
Yeah, but other linters do.
I mean, yeah, it's in a way a linter. It's not that special or anything, but yeah.
Are you using it as a plugin to your editor? Because from what you've shown, that output in the console looks pretty messy and quite useless. I assume that in the editor while writing code.
Well, it's not useless if you don't have like 2,000 errors, right?
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, you have add-ons for pretty much.
But are you using an add-on?
I'm not at the moment. I just run it before committing stuff.
Okay, sure.
Did you prevent some errors with it?
Well, the most common one is leaving some debug code in like a controller or something, which can bring everything down. So that's a useful one. And I think there were a couple of times where it actually pointed some stupid stuff out, and which would cause errors. So yeah, that happened also. Anyone else?
Fascist approach.
Okay, thank you.
Thank